Thank you so much, Randy and Hamilton and the Nation Institute and the Fertel Foundation or Institute? Foundation. And I have so many people I could thank for helping me with my work, the kids who go on the road with me, the wonderful directors I've had. Nobody's here, so I just want to thank my friend Riley Temple for being here. And friends like Riley are very important when you're an artist. They're there to say congratulations when it's received well. They're there to take you out to breakfast when it's received moderately well. And they're there to just shake their head and go about the critic who made it very clear that it didn't go well. So thank you for being here with me, Riley. You know, when I think about truth in the way we're thinking about it today and talking about it and calling for it, and as you know, it's on the cover of Time magazine, Is Truth Dead? I think, you know, as a reference back to Is God Dead? Back in, I guess, the 60s, that black and red color cover. I think of the truth teller as the person who's trying to expose something bad, something wrong, something dark. And think in fact, the letter that Ron wrote to Congress, he talks about a blackness that is there in Vietnam. However, I was watching a video of Ron Ridenhour giving a speech in New Orleans, maybe you were there, and very early on in the speech, when he talked about his refusal to shoot people who were unarmed, while all around him, people were shooting children and men and women who were unarmed, I thought, it just hit me. There's a real goodness in that man. There's a real goodness in that man. Now, if I were a religious leader, I would be able to talk to you about that. I think about my friend in Los Angeles, who is in my play on grace, Rabbi David Wolpe at the Sinai Temple, who talks about the line between good and evil lives inside of all of us. But we must rededicate ourselves to goodness. And I don't know how you spent these last holidays, the Christians and the Jews in this room, but it came to me on Good Friday and on Saturday and on Sunday, this is such an important time to rededicate ourselves to goodness. And so I am so pleased to be in this company, not just of the truth tellers and the truth seekers, but those who have dedicated parts of themselves to goodness. And when does that happen? You know, my beat right now is education. Why is it that there are children in this country, black, Native American, Latino, and now I've been invited by someone at East Tennessee University to come see the children in Appalachia, white, who can't get through school, who can't enjoy the part of America's promise, which is about knowing and enjoying life, to be free from despair and to be full of curiosity. Why is it that we've given up on that part of our American promise? I wasn't going to perform today. I thought, somebody, the secretary said, they were wondering if, because we can't show pieces of notes of the field, would you perform? I said, it's a lunch. However, given the starting with the invocation from the Reverend Dr. Dyson, and the passionate calls that I have heard here that are not performance but are operatic, the compassionate calls, the passionate and compassionate calls. So I'm just going to do something for you from my play, Notes from the Field, which I think exemplifies the relationship between goodness and truth-telling. You know, so let me just conclude by saying that if I were a religious leader, I would be asking you to rededicate yourself to business. I mean, not to business, to goodness. What a slip! I would be asking you to rededicate yourself to goodness, but because I'm an educator and I've been teaching for 40 years, I wish that schools would teach children about Ron. And I wish that schools would spend as much time working on goodness that sheds a light on courage and truth as they do on words and numbers and so-called facts. Thank you so much for having me with you.